Helvetets Port Album Countdown Number 7 Black Knight.
Okay, so now we are all gathered here after a rehearsal and we're gonna get to look at something else than my 7 out of 10 face. And the topic for today's video is the song Black Knight. This is a song that many of you have heard before because it's been up as a pre-production demo on YouTube for quite some time, and I know that a lot of you appreciate this song, and I hope that you will find this recording to be at least as satisfactory. Well, a little bit about the history of the song. This is one that's kind of unique on the album in that most of us have like contributed in one way or another, and let's say the origin of the song was something that Oscar made. And could you tell us a bit about what you did?
I thought we were lacking some more straightforward songs in our content, and I was trying to pinpoint what I was, as a 17-year-old, enjoying the most, and trying to write a quite straightforward, catchy riff. And I composed the song, and then we added to it, with Thomas contributing to with the vocals and the vocal line, of course, and David came up with a catchier chorus.
Yeah. And the chorus is based on a song by Austrian metal band Vito. I think they're from Austria. And a song called Riders on the Loose that have the little on the chorus. And I thought that was the coolest thing that ever existed.
Yeah, and actually the chorus that David came up with was not necessarily a part of the song Black Knight, because you had come up with the chorus and maybe you had a certain idea for it, I don't know, but
it was kind of laying around.
Yeah, and then I remember that I had come up with the bridge, but then I had a really hard time figuring out like what would be a good chorus for this song. And then all of a sudden, because you had played it earlier on guitar, and kind of just thought that what if we put that one in, and it turned out to fit quite well indeed.
A 7 out of 10 song.
Yeah. And as for the general feel of the song, I know that the bass lines that you created, Rasmus, add a lot to it. Did you have any certain inspirations or certain thoughts with your bass lines?
Since this is my first time playing bass on a Helvetets Port album, I thought it was important for me to try to write something a bit more straightforward in general, and more swingy, if you would. And I think Black Knight is a good example of that. Very straightforward, punchy bass.
Yeah, and I gotta say that the riff that Oscar came up with, that's arguably the best riff on the album, and it's not only thanks to the guitar but also the combination with the bass underneath it, which makes the riff super good in my opinion. What do you guys think?
7 out of 10.
No. Thanks for nothing.
It's the most okay riff on the album.
I remember at first when this was a rare occasion where I actually sat down to write a song or two. And I was reference listening to Only the Strong, one of the best albums of all time, and trying to figure out what the atmosphere on that album, trying to pinpoint what makes these songs so good. But I could only come up with that it's the intro on the album that makes the whole atmosphere. That's just...
Yeah, but I mean, you weren't far off with the riff either. I think. I mean, if anything is like Thor,
Yeah,
it's that riff. I mean, I've also tried to write stuff that would sound like early mid 80s Thor, but I don't know. It's super difficult for some reason, even though it's simple music.
yeah. I think it's the simplicity that makes it hard to
Yeah.
actually.
And simplicity isn't his way of working.
No.
So
One thing I really like about this song is that the main riff is really, really, really evil and menacing, but the chorus is like very catchy and almost uplifting. That's a really cool thing in a song.
Yeah.
I think one of the best things about this song is also, or one of the things that makes this song great is that it's a collective effort. In a way, it's not signed under just one name. It's everyone has had something to put into it in a way, and I think we really hit the right spot with it.
Yeah, it's interesting because it wasn't either like a conscious group effort. It was kind of bits and pieces that just kind of happened to fit so well together.
And it was the first new song we worked on together since I joined the band.
Yeah,
And I think also the process of assembling the song and recording the song and rehearsing the song, it was probably the fastest we've ever worked. Like the point from writing until recording it was like altogether that was extremely quick. I think it was a matter of 2 or 3 weekends we worked on it together. And 2 or 3 weekends might sound a short period to you, but for us it could be like 6 months really. But
okay, well, that was everything for now. So we'll see you again in the next video in a few days.